Welcome back to the channel, the United States of America 5-cent coin. 1981, commonly known as the Jefferson nickel, is a classic example of late 20th century American coinage. This coin continues the long-running Jefferson design that has been circulating since 1938, making it an important collectible for anyone interested in U.S. numismatic history. The obverse of the 1981 nickel features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson III, President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. His dignified profile was created by sculptor Felix Schlag, whose design was chosen in a national competition. The inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1981 appear alongside Jefferson's portrait. This design remained unchanged for decades, giving the nickel a timeless and familiar appearance. On the reverse side, the coin displays Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. This majestic building showcases neoclassical architectural style and remains a symbol of Jefferson's intellectual legacy. Above the structure is the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. Beneath Monticello, we see the inscriptions, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. The 1981 Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it its signature metallic shine and durability. This composition has been standard for U.S. nickel since 1866, except during the wartime silver-nickel period of 1942 to 1945. The 1981 issue represents the traditional clad metal era and is still commonly found in circulation today. Coins from 1981 were minted at two main U.S. mint facilities, Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark. Both mints produced millions of nickels, making the 1981 issue common overall. However, collectors still search for high-grade examples, especially those showing full details on Jefferson's hair and the steps of Monticello. While most 1981 nickels are worn from years of circulation, uncirculated or mint state pieces hold greater value for collectors. Pieces showing sharp details, clean surfaces, and strong eye appeal are often selected for coin albums or grading. Rare errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or filled mint marks can also attract special interest. The 1981 5-cent coin represents a fascinating period in American currency, a time when traditional designs remained unchanged. Yet the country itself was entering a new economic and technological era. For many Americans, this nickel was part of everyday life, used in vending machines, payphones, transportation, and daily purchases. In this video, we explore the full history, design details, mint marks, composition, and collectible value of the 1981 Jefferson nickel. Whether you're a new collector, a hobbyist, or someone who simply found this coin in spare change, this guide will help you understand its importance and place in U.S. coin history. The 1981 Jefferson nickel stands out as a reminder of America's stable and long-standing coinage traditions. Even though the design had been used for more than 40 years by that time, it still held a sense of respect and familiarity among the public. This continuity made the nickel one of the most trusted coins in everyday transactions. By 1981, the nickel had already proven its durability in circulation. Its copper-nickel composition allowed it to resist corrosion, making it less likely to discolor or degrade over time. This longevity ensured that even decades later, many 1981 nickels still appear in fairly good condition. Collectors often look for 1981 nickels that exhibit strong strikes. A strong strike means all design details, like Jefferson's hair waves and Monticello's steps, appear sharply defined. Such coins are harder to find because many 1981 nickels were struck in high-volume production runs, leading to weaker impressions on some pieces. Another important aspect of the 1981 nickel involves die wear. As dies were used repeatedly to strike millions of coins, they gradually lost their sharpness. Coins struck with older dies often show softer features. Numismatists pay attention to this because it affects both collectability and market value. One interesting feature of the Jefferson nickel series is the absence of a mint mark on Philadelphia coins before 1980. However, in 1981, Philadelphia once again struck coins without a mint mark. This makes the mint mark, or lack thereof, an important identifying factor for collectors. Meanwhile, the Denver Mint used its traditional D mark, located to the right of Jefferson's portrait. Many collectors enjoy comparing the strike quality of the Philadelphia and Denver issues, as slight variations in striking strength or die polishing may be noticeable. Although the 1981 nickel is generally common, it becomes special when found in pristine mint state condition. A perfectly preserved 1981 nickel, untouched and with no scratches or bag marks, can be quite attractive under proper lighting, showcasing the metallic luster of its alloy. Coins that have been preserved in sealed mint sets from 1981 often remain in far better condition than those found in circulation. These mint set specimens can display a deeper, more vibrant shine due to careful storage and minimal handling. Some 1981 nickels display interesting die cracks, which occur when the striking die develops small fractures. These tiny raised lines on the coin's surface are the result of metal filling those cracks. Such features can increase collector interest, especially if the crack pattern is large or unusual. Another type of error collectors look for is an off-center strike. These occur when the blank planchet is misaligned during the striking process. A 1981 nickel struck off-center can range from slightly displaced designs to dramatic mistrikes where parts of the coin are missing, flipped lettering, die chips, and filled in. The 1981 Jefferson nickel continues to be an interesting piece for collectors because it represents a time when the United States Mint was working to improve coin production efficiency. High demand for circulating coins meant that millions of nickels had to be struck quickly, creating natural variations in quality that fascinate collectors today. This coin holds significance not because it is rare, but because it captures the everyday economy of the early 1980s, from grocery stores to public telephones. The nickel was heavily used. Holding a 1981 nickel today almost feels like holding a small piece of America's economic history. The process of striking coins in the early 1980s relied on powerful presses that could strike more than 100 coins per minute. Although this helped maintain supply, it also meant that dies wore out faster. Worn dies resulted in softer details, giving some 1981 nickels a slightly faded appearance. Collectors who specialize in Jefferson nickels often compare the 1981 coin to those from earlier decades. While older nickels have a higher collector value due to age and scarcity, the 1981 issue is appreciated for its clarity, uniformity, and modern minting characteristics. If you examine a well-preserved 1981 nickel under magnification, you may notice subtle die polish marks, tiny fine lines left behind when the mint polished the dies to keep them usable. These lines are not scratches. They are part of the coin's production history and can even enhance its appeal. Some 1981 nickels show a phenomenon known as full steps on Monticello. This means the steps are completely visible without breaks. Such coins are highly prized because achieving a sharp strike on this part of the design was difficult due to the metal flow required. The 1981 nickel also attracts attention from historians because it shows how the mint navigated the changing economy with rising metal costs. The copper nickel-clad composition remained cost-effective compared to pure nickel coins of earlier eras. Jefferson's portrait is a defining feature of the nickel series, and in 1981 it still carried a classical style. The sharply angled profile, the distinctive hairstyle, and the dignified expression all give the coin an Unmistakable identity. Recognized across generations. On the reverse, Monticello is depicted with symmetry and balance. By 1981, the design had been refined many times, leading to cleaner details and more consistent dies. Even though the design is simple, its architectural beauty makes the coin visually appealing. Many 1981 nickels were used for decades in circulation, making uncirculated examples harder to find today than their large mintage numbers suggest. Coins that remained untouched in coin jars, mint sets, or private collections have become the most desirable pieces. The nickel played an important cultural role in American society. In the early 1980s, vending machines, parking meters, arcade games, and payphones often relied on nickels.